Hi folks, hello future me, welcome back to A Better Man. It is August 17th today, which means it has been 61 days since my best friend and partner, my wife, called me and let me know that she caught me in a very big lie and she was going to divorce me, and that is still going on. But ever since that day, I looked at myself in the mirror and swore to myself that I was going to be a better man, and this is my journey to do that. A little personal reflection series for me to look back on in the future, and if there is anyone else out there maybe going through the same thing I am, maybe there's a single piece of wisdom out here someone else can pick up. But I want to start off by apologizing for sweating like a bleeding hog. It is 95 degrees out here today, and I think it said it was going to feel like 115. But I really like doing this outside. Nature calms me and makes me feel good. So I do apologize for the constant wiping sweat off my brow and maybe looking a little wet on camera. But let's start with three things I'm grateful for. First thing I'm grateful for, and we'll go into it a little bit later, is a little sidekick I've had for the last 4 days. Her name is Roxie. She might come on camera. She's sitting over there. Well, she looks like she might want to go inside, actually. Might have to take a little break right now. Hold on. I think she just wanted a little bit of love. But this is her. This is Roxie. And Roxie has been very good to me these last 4 days. It's been very nice having her. And I'm very grateful that I've gotten to spend these days with her. We'll go into her a little bit more later. But the second thing I'm grateful for is I did a full week of exercise this last week, and I'm planning on doing the same exact thing this coming week. I think the third thing I'm grateful for is the fact that I'm so young. I'm only 26, and it feels like even though I'm in this point in my life where things are not going well, to say the least, I've got a lot of future ahead of me. And I'm aware of this, and I'm very grateful for this fact. Again, it sucks right now, but I've got a long, long road ahead of me where a lot of good things can happen to me too. And I feel like some good things are going to happen to me soon. So I'm holding out hope, and I'm very grateful for my youth. So those are the three things I'm grateful for. Now let's talk a little bit about Roxie. Roxie is a pit bull terrier mix. She's 7 years old. I got her through the sleepover program that's at the ASPCA near me. And I'll put her little info in a link that you can click on in the video if you're in the area and maybe you're looking for a very sweet dog to adopt. I'm not going to go into all the details about her health and all that. She's got a couple problems. She's had a pretty long journey. I feel that, Roxie. But she is literally one of the most loving dogs I have ever encountered in my entire life. And I think anybody would be grateful and honored to have her as a part of their family. So I'm very happy I have Roxie. She's very cool. She just wants to sleep in the bed with you all the time, though, so make sure you got big enough space for that. But she's very, very good, and I'm very glad that I've had her for these past couple of days. In regards to my health, I feel pretty good. I mean, mentally, it's kind of the same old, same old. The stagnation hurts, but I'm keeping my mind busy. I'm not just sitting playing video games. I'm trying to actively do some projects that make me feel better. I'm working out a lot more now. The main thing I'm doing is just cardio. I'm just running the track down at the park near me, doing a couple body weight stuff. Going to try to get into that a little more this week, but my back feels pretty good. I'm still getting up from my desk every hour or so just to kind of move around and not have it lock up on me like it did that last time, because that was just miserable. But health wise, I feel pretty good, all things considered. So happy about that. As of now, I don't have any major life updates or anything like that. Everything's been pretty I mean, I like to say stagnant, but maybe that's a negative word for things that aren't always negative. Things have just been very calm, slow. Nothing crazy's happened recently. So, nothing to really report in that sense. But again, if anything happens, I'll make sure to document it in one of the videos that come up next. The main reason I want to make this video today, and the main topic I want to discuss, is not looking back in anger. Because this is something that I've noticed I've been doing recently, and I want to try to quell that a little bit. If you've ever listened to the Oasis song Don't Look Back in Anger from their banger album What's the Story, Morning Glory, it talks a lot about not looking at your past with resentment and moving forward away from that. And the whole song is about this guy who's essentially getting broken up with, and his girl is telling him, just don't look back in anger. Don't look at it in a way that's going to negate all the good that happened. And I was listening to that song this morning, and I was really thinking about it, and I have been looking back in anger recently. It's not all the time, but it happens in these little spurts. I might be in the shower and just start thinking about things, and I'll give you a very specific example. I was in the shower, and I was just thinking about our vows, and I was thinking about how, for better or for worse, sick or in health, rich or poor, and I started getting angry at her because I was thinking to myself, well, we vowed to each other that we were going to stay with each other forever, and now we're not. And I got like mad. And I started thinking about it, and I realized that I can't be mad at her for that. That's not her fault. I fucked up. I lied to her. And I was looking back in anger because at the time, things were very different when we made those vows to each other. I wasn't manipulating her trust like I did. And I kind of just sat in that anger for a couple minutes, and it started to snowball, and I got more mad and more mad. And I got to a point where I was out of the shower and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I was just pissed. Pissed at her, pissed at me, pissed at the situation, but really pissed at her. And it took me a little bit to come to the realization that it's just, I can't be mad at her like that. Because what would I do in her situation? I'd want to be rid of it. I'd want to be free, right? I remember the night everything happened, she blocked me on everything. Fair enough. But there was one thing she didn't block me on for a little bit, and it was Spotify. We had shared playlists with each other, blah, 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 whatever. And I remember seeing that one of the recent songs she listened to was Since You've Been Gone, Kelly Clarkson. And I remember getting mad at that, thinking like, oh, okay, now that I'm gone, you can breathe. Really? Like we're like that. But then I started thinking about it, and I realized, yeah, she probably can breathe now. That's the whole reason she did this. She got this divorce, was because I was suffocating her. My actions were bringing her down. And even saying that out loud makes me initially mad at her. But that's kind of going back to regret versus accountability, because the regret part of me wants to be mad at her for doing that, for feeling that way. When in reality, the accountability is that I caused that. My poor choices, my bad decisions, my lack of respect to her caused her to feel this way, to go through with a divorce. And I can't look back in anger. But I think not looking back in anger also means not losing out on all the good we had too. Because it was a fucking great relationship. I learned so much from my best friend. So much. And if I just look back in anger at the entire relationship, I'm not going to remember those things I learned from her. I'm not going to remember all the good times we had together or all the valuable lessons and the bad times we had. There's a way that you can reflect on the mistakes of your past that benefits you, and there's also a way that hurts you. And I think the core difference between the two is, like Oasis said, it's looking back in anger. It's just resenting the entire thing, when in reality, I should just resent the poor actions that I made. And that's a fucking tough pill to swallow. You know, if I could take it back, I would. I don't think there's a soul on this earth that wouldn't. But that's an impossible dream. It's it's just completely unrealistic. So the only thing we can do, like I say at the end of all of the descriptions of these videos I make, is that we move forward because we can't move back. So the main point I'm trying to make here, the main reason I'm saying don't look back in anger, is to just emphasize the fact that when I have these little moments where I'm mad at her or our friend group for figuring out my secret or anything like that, I need to look back on why they feel this way, why they had to go behind my back to figure something out, why my wife is going to get a divorce. And it all stems back to my poor choices. And if I sit and look back in anger at all of these things, I'm never going to grow from it. And it's just kind of that simple at the end of the day. So, what can we do moving forward in this coming week to just be a little bit better, to be a better man? Well, for starters, anytime I have those moments where I start resenting the people that I loved and still love, and that might not love me anymore, is to just reflect on it, expand on it. Why am I feeling this way? Well, if it stems back to my actions, it's not really fair to feel that way against them. I need to regret that for myself. It's not fair to those people in my life that I've hurt to be mad at them because they didn't do anything wrong. It was me. I'm the one who lied to them. I'm the one who manipulated their trust. It's on me. So, while we don't look back in anger, we also understand that we can't just have guilt, we gotta have accountability. So this coming week, nothing really big planned. Well, maybe one thing, but if it happens, I'll talk about it later. Continue working out. Just continue getting out of the house. Being in the sun helps a lot. Got a little sunburnt just because, I mean, look at me. I'm standing in the shade and I'm sweating like this. So just take care of myself and take care of yourself if you're in the same situation or something similar. But being a better man doesn't happen overnight. Doesn't even happen in 61 days. It's going to take a damn long time. But it's just these little pieces that you got to stack at the bottom first. And before you know it, I'll have a foundation and I'll keep going up and up and up until I can truly call myself a better man. So with that being said, my name is Jackson. And on June 15th, my wife told me we were getting a divorce and to not talk to her anymore. And I haven't spoken to her since. But since that night, I swore to myself I was going to become a better man. and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it through honesty, integrity, and sheer fucking willpower. Because I can do anything. Especially if it's for a good reason. Thanks for watching. Come on, Roxie.